Welcome back to Lads Podcast. Today we have a special guest, Josh Berman from the Next Network. I'll have all the links in the description. What's going on?
What's up, man? I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, so they have a great TikTok account. Definitely go check them out. It's a pleasure to have them, and we'll just get right into it.
Let's go.
So first, we're going to talk about the AFC and NFC championship games. Adam, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I mean, the AFC game was a little, crazy. At halftime, it looked like it was over. No chance the Bengals would win. And then, Joe Burrow comes out and they win that game. I thought the Chiefs just kind of self-imploded a little bit. I think they kind of overthought it. They didn't really run the ball that much. And I think that hurt them a lot because, when you're up 21-3, as much as, you don't want to become passive or like too early, the game ends the sooner the game ends, you're going to win. So I think they should have been a little less aggressive. And then, Joe Burrow showed poise, that play where he spun out of the pocket and ran. He was running a lot. It was like, really good to see. And then NFC Championship, I'm happy for Matt Stafford. Good guy. I'm happy he got one. He's got to go to the Super Bowl and, Odell too. So I think the NFC Championship, the 49ers had it there, but I still always thought the Rams, even though they had lost face, were the better team, more talented, and the 49ers just kind of hit a wall in the end. Jimmy Garoppolo is not really that guy in the fourth quarter. So I think that kind of showed up.
I know the entire country is rooting for Cincinnati. I can't do it. I won't do it. I refuse to do it. I don't care. I don't care how likable they may be, because they are. But I refuse to do it. I cannot root for a Cincinnati Bengals team ever. It's just against my nature. But this team is resilient. They don't quit. And they have just it. They're not that good in terms of a Super Bowl team. They're not. There's nothing that I can point to right now that's like, yeah, they deserve to be here. But they absolutely deserve to be here. They're the team that made it here, and they made it here for a reason. They made it here fair and square because they deserve to be here because they won those games. And Joe Burrow is the reason why. He has completely changed the culture over there, and it makes me sick, but it is great to see from a football fan standpoint. And I understand why the whole country loves it because it's sick. I mean, it's cool to see an underdog story. If I was not a Ravens fan, I would love it. I just can't. But no, this team is something about them. It just seems like they don't lose right now. Yeah. And I'm very intrigued to see what happens on Sunday because I don't know how they can win, but I don't know. They definitely can.
Yeah. So I 100% agree. I think that they just got that Super Bowl magic to them. That this team, you
really
look at them
a few years ago.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. And I'm thinking the offensive line is not Joe Burrow's getting killed every game. I don't think Zach Taylor is this coaching genius either. And yet still they're winning games. They beat the Chiefs. I mean, I still blame that halftime decision when they threw an underneath route to Tyreek Hill and didn't get any points. I thought that was a horrible decision. I think that definitely turned the tide to the game against the Chiefs.
You think they should have kicked it?
I think they should have gone for end zone. I mean, I think a kick would have been okay.
I agree with that.
I think the play was a disaster.
It's just
going for it was the right move. It was just
yes.
That's just the greatness of Eli Apple right there. Eli Apple.
Hate that guy with a passion. I'm sorry.
The Bengals is after the first two games, I still had my doubts. The Raiders are not a bad team, but I think the Bengals were the better team than the Raiders. And then the Titans, I think, the Bills and the Chiefs are definitely better. And after seeing the Bills Chiefs, classic of a game, I thought Chiefs are going to smoke them. Their time has come. And then halftime was everyone said this was going to happen. And then out of nowhere, they came out of nowhere. I mean, yeah, I think that you're right. They don't really have they have a lot of talent, but they're just you want to look at the roster and say it's
they're a team,
best team, but
That's
they're
what they are.
the amount of swag they carry themselves with is unreal. and it's not like they're not cocky though. Like they have some cockiness to them, but it's very,
A little
they
bit of
back it up.
confidence never hurt anyone.
They back it
That's
up with their play, and I think that just shows. Sean, you're a big Joe Burrow guy. What do you got to say about it?
I gotta say, there was doubters saying, "Oh, the Bengals should drafted Penny Swell, not Jamar Chase." But if they drafted Penny Swell, they would never be here. Since they drafted Jamar Chase, they are where Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase were in 2019 with LSU. The two dynamic duos carried the Bengals to the Super Bowl, and undoubtedly, Joe Burrow has cemented a legacy for a second-year quarterback going to the Super Bowl.
Sure.
Yeah, and he's, like you said, he's a complete culture changer. He's like,
So is Zach Taylor. He's done a
Yeah.
phenomenal job this year where I don't think he's not an X's and O's coach, but he is a culture coach. He is help shape the team. Is he the best X's and O's? Absolutely not. I don't think so at all. He's not bad at it. I don't think he's a bad X's and O's coach, but I don't think he's an elite Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay. No, he's not that. He's very good, but he's not that level. What he is great at is just getting them all on that one page. One thing that really made me buy into him was that thing that he started about giving the game balls out to these bars around Cincinnati. That shows you he understands how much it matters, how much it means to not just them, but the city. And he has them all where he has taken not just a team, but a city, and they've rallied towards the Bengals right now. And it's incredible. I hate it, but it's incredible.
Yeah, I think to your point too, these guys come in with like a bunch of swag, and you see sometimes with kind of that, the coach is like, doesn't really meet up with the players well. But I think Zach Taylor like kind of lets it happen and just,
Exactly.
rides with it because he knows that's who they are and that's their identity. And I think that is like a huge part of it. Their identity is everything. Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon and, CJ Uzama throwing off his knee brace, or, like just stuff like that. It's just like they carry themselves with such a good energy. Like you said, they're so likable. And Zach Taylor, I think, lets that stuff happen because he knows, that's who they need to be. That's their, that's the way they roll.
I will
And the
say,
goat of kickers.
Evan McPherson too.
unbelievable kicker. I will say this, and especially as getting this platform as I've gotten, I can tell you that the real Bengals fans, not the bandwagons that used to be Ravens fans 2 years ago, the people that actually are Cincinnati Bengals fans, that live in Cincinnati or around that area or really just like that team, genuinely the nicest fan base I have met in the NFL. Genuinely. Number one, I've said that for probably about a year now. Like I've been saying that they have probably the nicest group of fans that I have interacted with. So for them, who have waited in a lot of the cases their entire lives for this, I'm very happy for them. Now, the 12-year-olds who were Ravens fans 2 years ago, I have no words for you because, again, you were Ravens fans 2 years ago. I've seen the type. But, those Bengals fans are great, and I'm happy for them. That said, I need to see them get destroyed on Sunday just for my mental health.
Our friend Sean here has a bit of a problem switching fans of teams, wearing Jet stuff now. So once in a while you'll see him in a Tom Brady jersey occasionally. There's not a lot of loyalty going on with that, man. And before
Hold on a second.
I
I need an explanation here.
There is none.
there is none. There is
He's just the goat. He's just the goat.
Before I get any flack, I am a Patriots fan, but I'm a huge Todd.
Hold on a second.
No. Since birth. But
He's a Patriots fan.
I'm the biggest
Who
Todd
wants with
Gurley
the
fan.
Rams jersey?
I'm the biggest Todd Gurley fan in the world.
I don't care.
I got a bunch of jerseys. But hey, Todd Gurley.
It may be ugly, but we'll always be here.
Oh.
Darrelle Revis, baby, Revis Island. Sean,
Mark
put that
Sanchez,
down,
baby.
Sean. Put that down.
Sean, stop. You are.
Sanchez.
I gotta represent. I mean, I don't want to go into any predictions, but I'm rooting for the Rams. I obviously I know Rams Patriots Super Bowl. I was jubilant. I didn't care about Rams. Like I wasn't rooting for the Rams or anything. But there's something about Todd Gurley. I
Well,
like.
you know where Todd Gurley's from, right?
Uh no.
Oh,
Where's he from?
He's from
Oh
Baltimore.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Grew
Ravens
up there.
flock.
Yes, sir. Ravens flock nation.
All right, we could transition with this talk about the Rams, the NFC Championship game, where a few plays, Jaquiski Tart dropping that ball is thrown right to him,
Mm.
changing the game. But I think Matt Stafford shows resiliency. I think the Rams were the better team. I think Cooper Cup is shutting up the people that are
It's a
talking
dog,
bad
man.
about him, and I love it because
Cooper
You
Cup
know,
was the
the
GOAT in
man.
fantasy leagues.
he was. I had him, but like just I think he was still receiving hate and OBJ. I think they're also a likable team, not as
Very.
swaggy.
A lot of guys who you just want to see
Yeah,
win.
exactly. They're likable in a
Stafford,
different way.
Odell, Cup, Aaron Donald. I
Aaron
really want to see get a
Donald.
ring. My guy Eric Weddle. I want to see
Yeah.
him get a ring. Andrew
you know,
Whitworth.
yeah,
I really want to
Whitworth.
see get a ring. Those
You
two
know,
in particular. I
You
really
love
want to see.
you love seeing like Sean McVay running down the sideline, hyping the guys up when they
Love
score.
it.
So they're just as easy to root for. So
I agree.
I thought they showed resiliency, especially because all talk about Shanahan owns McVay and stuff. So I was happy to see it in the end. What about you, Anthony?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like normally I don't like the Rams at all. I was just always
You're wearing a Rams jersey.
I like Todd Gurley. I won't wear a single Rams jersey that's not Todd Gurley.
You wanted Todd Gurley on the Patriots.
I was
And
hate
he's still a free agent if you want.
I hate running backs are the most useless position. That's a different topic. But I mean, if the
Yeah, I
Patriots
agree.
sign Todd Gurley to a super max deal, I'm putting my hands in the air. That's how much I love the man. But I mean, I really want to see Odell win just in spite of the Browns because I hate the Browns like a lot. It's poetic justice of how absolutely terrible of a franchise.
it's been a rough month for Cleveland.
Oh, they're
For
oh,
sure.
Cincinnati in the Super Bowl, and then Odell in the
Hey,
Super Bowl.
at least
Whew.
Myles Garrett's playing in the NBA celebrity game.
Yeah, I saw that.
that's big moment for him.
Yep,
It's a big moment for him.
for the city.
But
It was his time to shine.
yeah, I mean, I think it'd be nice after their pathetic showing against the Patriots. Like that was such a sad moment for them as a team. Happy for me, but sad moment for them.
Oh, I loved it.
It was. I mean, some people. It was sad for most of America, as most people hate the Patriots. But
I do
I
too,
think-
but I hate the Browns more.
and I'd like to see most of those guys. But I have a question that I saw. I don't know if this is a stupid question or not, but do you guys think that this ring is more important to Stafford's career or Burrow's career?
Stafford's. Well,
It's
hold on. Now, I understand what Burrow's doing. Is great. I want to be careful the way I say this because I have said I don't believe the Bengals will ever make it back. Not because they're not great, but just ask Drew Brees, just ask Aaron Rodgers. It's not easy to just make it back. The Patriots and Tom Brady have normalized winning. That's not something that just happens. I don't know how old you guys are, but like for me, I'm 17. What the Chiefs are doing right now over the last 4 years, other than the Patriots, is the most impressive run of success a team has had in my lifetime, other than the Patriots. But no one cares because the Patriots did something so much better and so much crazy. It's not easy to, if the Bengals lose, they'll make it back. No, I don't think they will. They're going to be a playoff team next year. They're going to be a playoff team for a long time. They're going to be a perennial playoff team. Joe Burrow is going to be a great quarterback for a long time. But just to say, they'll be back is not realistic. It doesn't mean that they definitely won't, but I wouldn't bet on it. I just wouldn't, and that's something that people don't realize. So, yeah, I think Burrow wants it. It means a lot for Burrow. But for Stafford, he wins it. You start having that Hall of Fame conversation. It's not one that I'll make, but I know those conversations will start with a ring. So I would say Stafford. But we'll
I
see.
agree. I think the Bengals, are a great team, but I think the Chiefs, the first half of the game was a little more implication of what I thought was going to happen. Obviously, I'm not going to discredit the Bengals, but I think between like the Chiefs, the Bills are just as good. Like, I
And
think
also the other thing, I'm not going to say that they're going to have some major injury next year,
Mhm.
but they've been the healthiest team in football, literally number
Yeah.
one. They have had the least injuries out of any team in the league. It is not realistic to say they're going to do that again. They're going to
Yeah.
have more adversity next year. That's just how it works. I'm not going to say that Joe Burrow or Jamar Chase or Joe. No, I'm not saying that, but they're going to have guys go down. It's just how football works. You don't have that sustained for more than a year. It just
yeah,
doesn't
and
happen.
I think, guys are playing maybe a little better than they were, kind of riding this team high. Like
Right.
Eli Apple is not a starter on a decent amount of teams. They're not going to discredit the guy, but
Oh, well, he's terrible.
He's pretty
He's
bad.
not good.
He's a pathetic.
I think the AFC is still going to be kind of run by the Bills and the Chiefs more than anything. And
Hey, don't sleep on us next year.
hey,
either.
the Ravens, Justin
Bills and the
Herbert
Chiefs
and the
are the front runners.
Chargers.
Those are Chiefs are the front runners. But teams like Baltimore, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
You said the Chargers. I like
yeah,
those.
the
New
Chargers,
England.
yeah.
New England, it ain't over.
We're
Mac
gonna get
Jones.
No.
J.K. Dobbins
Mac Jones,
back.
Just-
greatest
just
quarterback
wait,
in
you know.
history.
Carl Lawson returns. Zach Wilson becomes MVP, and the Jets.
Hey,
win
the
Super
Jets
Bowl.
next year are going to be improved. I will say that.
Yeah,
We're
but
gonna
and
get
then
a lot of free agencies this offseason.
Or they
yeah.
won't, like
Or-
normal
yeah.
Jets.
7. Let's say maybe 7 wins for the Jets next year.
And then kind of go on Stafford, you alluded to. I think this is, it would definitely push him into that conversation about the Hall of Fame. And, I think the NFC, they could definitely make a return next year. Everyone's going to go through some adversity, but they'll be a good team still next year. I think this is their best shot. So I think there's still some good teams, I don't know what's going to happen with the Packers. Actually, this is, I would almost say it's more important for Burrow. I don't know if Stafford will make it back, but Burrow, if he could get this one now, he could really start like a legacy of a career that could be really great.
He can become a top 5 quarterback in this because he's not.
Yeah, I would. I'd
He's
say it's pretty
overrated
equal
right now.
for
He
very
is.
different reasons. Obviously, every ring is important, but for very different reasons, the implications are big.
Yeah,
But you
sure.
never know. Maybe the Bengals not collapse next year, but just don't make it back, or they keep being dominant. Who knows?
Yeah.
So,
I'm curious, Sean. What do you got to think? Do you think it's more important
Yeah.
for Burrow or Stafford?
I gotta say it's more important than for Joe Burrow because Joe Burrow had a torn ACL at Washington week. I don't know what week was, and then he came back and broke. I don't know how he came back from a torn ACL and did so well and got the Bengals to the Super Bowl. I have never seen that in my life. A guy that came off a torn ACL and brought a team to the Super Bowl. And also, I heard Joe Burrow, if he wins the Super Bowl, he could be the first player to get a college football Heisman, college football championship MVP, and a Super Bowl.
mhm.
The first one. He would
Yep.
do it in a 3-year
Yeah,
span
3-year
too.
span. It's crazy. So they're kind of going along to Super Bowl talk. Let's talk some matchups in the Super Bowl. I think there's going to be a few things. One, I hope, and I think he will, Jalen Ramsey shadows Chase the whole game because Chase, is so dynamic.
So you know
and
what I'm doing if I'm Zach Taylor?
You're using
T. Higgins.
Chase as a decoy, yes, because
Yes.
I think as good as Chase is,
Higgins.
Ramsey is so good, and Higgins,
so- no,
Higgins is just as good.
Higgins is good.
Boyd is good. Uzama's not bad. They got Mixon's obviously dynamic. So I think
I see these guys in person at least once a year when they come to Baltimore. Let me tell you, T. Higgins.
Yeah, he
is
had a big one
really
against the
good
Ravens.
player.
I want to issue a warning. I think the warning is Samaje Perrin has got to be
P-Line?
looked out for. I'm
P-Line?
predicting Perrin is going off. This could be the worst prediction ever, but I'm predicting
Hey,
Perrin.
what's your reasoning?
Got a feeling right here.
It's the gut feeling. There is not much logic behind it.
He
you
went
try
off in the AFC Championship.
barely. He had
Yeah,
43 yards for 3 receptions. He didn't even run the ball. He's
How
not
about
even,
Mixon?
Yeah, he's a third down guy.
What does that
I-
mean for Mixon?
it means Mixon's also going to have probably a good game. But Perrin's
Is Mixon gonna get hurt? That's how Piran gets in.
nah.
Yeah, he's
Perrin
third
Perrin
down
gonna
league.
Perrin's gonna get like maybe 3 targets, maybe 8, maybe like 60 yards max, and maybe 1 touchdown, and that's good enough for me.
Touchdown.
A touchdown,
Touchdown.
parent touchdown. It's coming.
Najee P. Ryan touchdown.
And
It's
then
coming.
I think the X factor of the game is going to be the trenches where, a lot of people are talking Aaron Donald Super Bowl MVP because he could feast on this offensive
Yeah.
line that's been destroyed all year. You've got Miller, Von Miller, Aaron Donald, and Leonard Floyd, 3 dynamic rushers. So I think
They're saying
Yeah.
Sebastian Joseph Day might be able to come back too, which is huge.
that, that could be a trouble as, Burrow is pressure and you got Jalen Ramsey with Jamar Chase the whole game. It could be a lot of, CJ Uzama short throws and stuff. So I think that'll be big if the Cincinnati O-line, which is, struggled to do this, can kind of show up and play maybe a little more like the AFC Championship, because if they play like they did against the Titans, they did not, you can't get sacked 9 times against this good of an offense too, that you're going to lose the game. So I think that'll be huge. And then how their defense is able to play. Their defense line has been phenomenal. Hendrickson was a big signing. What's his name? Hubbard, and then DJ Reader's a beast in the middle. So I think both sides of defensive lines will have a huge impact, because if you give Stafford a lot of time, he's gonna start to pick apart that secondary with his weapons.
Logan Wilson's a really good player too. Not a lot of people talk
Yeah.
about him in the middle. I like him a lot.
Yeah,
Watch
so-
him. He's gonna pick in this game and change it all.
Yeah, obviously we'll have to see. I think
Stafford led the
I'm-
league in picks this year.
yeah,
That's a stat no one ever talks about.
I think the Chase Ramsey showdown will be electric, especially because Chase is so dynamic all over the field. Short slant routes, he just bursts it for 80-yard touchdowns, and then he'll beat you deep. So Ramsey's, I'd say, the best right now. So I'd like to see how that turns out.
I agree.
I would like to say I knew the Rams were all in on the Super Bowl ever since they traded for Matthew Stafford,
Mhm.
then traded for Von Miller, picked up Odell Beckham Jr. when he was almost going to go to your New England Patriots and the New Orleans Saints,
The
and
Packers.
then
Yeah, the Packers.
Packers is big.
the Rams just shocked us all and dethroned the defending champions.
Yeah, Sean. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember you predicting that, but I remember my prediction at the beginning of this season on this
Titans.
podcast. It was Rams Titans. Titans obviously didn't happen, but I mean, Rams
That
solid
was
pick.
Bills Bucks.
Bills Buck. Yeah.
Josh,
I
I
had
will
Bills
have
Bucks
you
too.
know, my preseason prediction was Packers Ravens, and after 11
Boy.
weeks, I was high on my pick, and some things happened
Yeah, the whole team got hurt. That's what happened.
that we won't have to get into it. You've probably gotten into it a few times before, but
The only reason the Ravens
Guys
will be
coming
good
back
when
next year though.
yeah, I mean, it
man.
was terrible. It was just,
Love
And
Marlo.
J.K.
you talk
Dobbins.
about, you said the
Oh,
Ravens,
yeah,
the
J.K.
J.K.
Bengals,
Dobbins back.
Sean.
the Bengals were the healthiest team. The Ravens have to be the.
Yeah.
I mean, when T. Higgins went for like 180 yards, it's like 7 strings. Guys out, they picked them up out of the parking lot and said, "Come play football."
Kavon Seymour, Robert Jackson. Who was it? It was Kavon Seymour, Robert Jackson. Avery got hurt.
Yeah, it was. Jimmy Smith, was he still playing?
Nah, Jimmy was hurt. He came back at the end of the year, but I think he missed that game. We had one other guy. I'm blanking.
That's when Josh Johnson was behind center.
Josh Johnson,
former
quarterback.
Former Jet.
We
right.
had Tony Jefferson coming and played well. Tony
Yeah.
Jefferson. But yeah, it was bad. It was real bad.
Sean, some people, people close to you know this answer already, but let's let everyone hear it. Let me get a prediction. Let me get a winner, a score, and a Super Bowl MVP.
I feel like even I know where he's gonna go.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes.
Joe Burrow wins MVP. Bengals by 15.
Wow. I will say last year we were Chiefs.
Josh, I
Chiefs,
predicted
and
the
Sean
Bucks to win
said,
by 20. And I
yeah,
won
Bucks
20
by
bucks for
20
that.
All right.
yesterday.
Yeah, I lost some money to Sean on a Super Bowl bet. Unfortunate, but on my pick, I'm going with Rams. I think the Super Bowl magic with the Bengals is going to end. And I'm going to go Matt Stafford Super Bowl MVP, pretty standard pick. And I'm gonna go Rams by. I'll go Rams by 13.
Yeah, I forgot to say
There's
who's
gonna be a lot of
kick
field
the
goals.
game winner. Where's gonna win the game? Evan Money McPherson.
Sean, how is he gonna kick game winner if they're winning by 15?
Well, he's gonna win the game.
5 field goals in the fourth quarter.
Exactly. I'll go. So Josh, you go last. I'm liking the Rams too. I think they're just gonna be kind of dominant. I see them going up and the Bengals making a push. I got the Rams 31-21, and as much as I think Aaron Donald could, if he has a crazy game, I could easily see it happen. I gotta go with Matt Stafford. I feel like Cooper Kupp is bound to just go off, but if it's close, they're giving it to Matt. So I'm going with Matt. What about you, Josh?
I'm not gonna get my pick yet because I'll be honest
Okay,
with you.
fair.
I also have not fully decided.
Fair enough.
Not only am I not getting my pick, I'm torn still.
Yeah.
I will tell you that I believe it will go one of two ways. If the Rams win, it will be a blowout. If the Bengals win, it will be an all-time classic Super Bowl. I think if the Bengals win, it's going to be real close, real tight, and an amazing finish. If the Rams win, I don't think it'll be very close.
Hey, that's what they've been doing.
For Cincinnati, though, if they win this game, watch out. Joe Mixon and T. Higgins are two guys I'm looking at in particular to have a nice day. But we'll see. It should be interesting.
Yeah, it should be.
Can the Rams shock the world and become the second team to win on their home field?
Sean, who was the first?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
God,
Uh,
can't stand
the
that.
man himself wearing a Bucks hat yesterday when I saw him. Unbelievable.
Yeah. All right.
Jets hat the next day.
All right. So is anything else? Adam, Sean, Josh, anything else to add?
I'm good. This is fun.
What do we feel about Tom Brady retirement?
He's gone. He's
Oh,
gone.
yeah.
He's not coming
Sorry.
back.
He's not
coming back, Sean.
He said he's
I'm-
got 6
Sean,
months.
burn your hopes. It's over. It's
He
not. It's
might-
over.
He might return to the Patriots.
No, he's
I
not.
know
Why
you
would-
love
why
him
would-
with
all-
what- Sean, why would
No.
that happen? Why would that happen?
End his career as a Patriot.
That's different than him coming out of retirement. He signs like a 1-day contract, which he won't.
If he came out of retirement, I feel like Bill wouldn't even want to play him. He'd want to play
He
Matt.
wouldn't. Yeah, Mac's the future.
He's still
Or
under
San Francisco.
contract with the Bucks. If he comes back,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Bucks would have
Well,
to trade him.
I think regardless, he's done. He's
Over.
he's 70,
Uh,
Sean.
Throw in the towel.
Oh, he is. He's 46.
He's
44.
70.
Yeah,
He's
Sean, don't age him up. Come on now. It's a hero.
he runs young, Sean. He's a young guy.
He's my hero.
Yeah, fair enough.
The Jets jersey and hat. Nothing wrong with that statement. All right. So this was great. Thank you, Josh. Go check out the Next Network. I believe you guys are having We Hooping on a live
It's
stream.
Saturday, yes, sir.
Oh
Oh
man,
my goodness. That
That
is
every Ravens fan has been
I will
asking
be-
for.
I'll
it's
be
finally
tuning.
happened.
The fake Ravens fan.
We Hooping's
I will be
the owner of the
tuning
Ravens.
in.
I
You gotta be like, I'll be tuning in.
I'm excited.
Ravens.
oh God.
Ravens on top. The Raven. I mean,
Thinking
hey,
the Ravens were playing the Bengals.
the Ravens are in the
AFC
Super Bowl.
Championship.
Are the Ravens lost the AFC Championship?
No, we lost to the
this year?
Bengals.
Yeah, he lost to the Bengals. my bad.
What I wanted him to do was I wanted him to just ride it and be like, all right, we were the Bengals the whole time. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I wanted to happen. And if the Bills were to win, that's how I wanted it to go. I wanted it to be no matter how far the Chiefs made it, like whoever came out of the AFC was the Ravens. That's what I wanted him to do. But he
Yep.
didn't.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, that should be a fun one. Check it out. You guys
All
going live TikTok, right? It'll be TikTok.
Twitch.
Oh, Twitch. All right.
All right. So thank you everyone for listening.
Yeah.